Hello, my name is Daniel Cohen, and this is Project Soapbox. What makes someone seem trustworthy? How do we recognize credibility? How do we show someone that we're honest? You only get one chance to make a first impression, so shouldn't you know how to make the right one? These questions stem from the school of rhetoric known as ethos, and in today's lesson, with the help of Tommy Boy, we're going to learn what ethos is, how to recognize it, and how to utilize it. The Greek philosopher Aristotle once said, "It is absurd to hold that a man should be ashamed of an inability to defend himself with his limbs, but not ashamed of an inability to defend himself with speech and reason. For the use of rational speech is more distinctive of a human being than the use of his limbs." In other words, we shouldn't value physical strength over verbal prowess when it is our ability to speak and communicate that makes us uniquely human.
Hey, prehistoric forest.
Clearly tired of the Spartans stealing his lunch money, Aristotle believed that he and his fellow nerds could learn how to resolve conflict and facilitate understanding through persuasive speaking, or rhetoric. He outlined that persuasive speech falls into three main categories: ethos, logos, and pathos.
Listen up, you little spazoids! I know where you live and I've seen where you sleep. I swear to everything holy that your mothers will cry when they see what I've done to you!
Today we are going to focus on ethos, a Greek word meaning character. The original meaning of this word was closer to that of habit or custom, which makes sense, as what someone typically does is a pretty clear indicator of that person's character. When we are looking for a new job, we use resumes, references, and a sharp outfit to show that we are intelligent, responsible. At the very least, we can put on a pair of pants.
Let me say, maybe.
Our goal is for them to trust in our character. For our purposes, we can define ethos as any form of communication, verbal or otherwise, that helps inform the audience of the speaker's character.
La la la, Luke.
Helping us today is the road trip buddy comedy Tommy Boy, starring the dim-witted Tommy, played by Chris Farley, and the smartass Richard, played by David Spade.
Aw, I've interrupted happy time.
In this 1995 classic, our leads venture out to try and drum up new business in an attempt to save the family auto parts manufacturing company from being bought out by their competitor, Ray Zalinsky.
I want your truck to help you get the job done. I want your cruiser to get out there safely so you can clean up the streets. And I want your kids to be safe when you take them for a ride.
Thanks, Ray!
But while Ray wants the public to see him as average Joe American,
I make car parts for the American working man because that's what I am. And that's who I care about.
we can see that he's actually a heartless, cutthroat businessman.
Truth is, I make car parts for the American working man because I'm a hell of a salesman and he doesn't know any better.
Zalinsky knows that his boardroom demeanor won't play on Main Street, so he changes his rhetorical strategy.
I make car parts for the American working man because that's what I am, and that's who I care about.
Zalinsky is such a pro at using ethos to persuade his audience that even Tommy buys in.
He seems like a nice guy.
Now, while Zalinsky does outright say,
I make car parts for the American working man because that's what I am, and that's who I care about.
he's actually been persuading us with ethos from the very beginning. First, let's look at his outfit. He's not dressed like a CEO, he's dressed like a mechanic. But not just any mechanic. He looks responsible, knowledgeable, even professional. He even put on a tie. Secondly, let's look at his customers. A trucker, a policeman, and a child. What better way to say that you're a working-class American who cares about protecting your kids? Finally, listen to the tone and expressions in the commercial. The kid calls him by his first name. He calls him son, and who doesn't love the folksy charm of the phrase?
The name's Zalinsky.
Right now, he's not a salesman. He's your friend. His appearance, his imagery, and his delivery have already constructed the ideal persona in our minds. So by the time he says,
I make car parts for the American working man because that's what I am, and that's who I care about.
even his competition can't help but believe in him.
He seems like a nice guy.
Ethos is all about the speaker putting their best foot forward for a given audience. While this can be expressed verbally, ethos is also expressed through mannerisms, dress, or vocabulary.
It's a clip, huh? Are you sure?
Ethos is critical to building trust and credibility with the audience. An audience that doesn't believe in you won't listen to you. But if you employ ethos and build trust with your audience, then they're primed for persuasion.
In a way, These people are buying you, not just brake pads.
If you have enjoyed this video, please check out part 2, Logos.
But this isn't the end. No way. We're gonna show this world a thing or two. We're gonna show...